good. Outdoors in front of the Lincoln Memorial, going to be totally crazy. We got the epic fight card. I know a lot of people are disappointed, especially people looking to bet on this for the big dirty parlays are like, oh, there's no prelims. I think they should have set the prelims up at, this is UFC White House. This is UFC Freedom 250. This could go down as the greatest combat sporting event of all time. We're looking at maybe 1 billion viewers worldwide. You got CNN covering this with GSP on CNN last night. I mean, this is a massive, massive deal. So we got the card breakdown. We've got 2 title fights. One that might end up being for the greatest of all time. That's very debatable now because this is, I guess it's an interim title. So can you really win an interim title and become the greatest of all time? For me personally, I think there should be no interim titles. I think if you can't defend your belt, then you lose it. That's what I think. And Tom Aspinall can't defend it, so therefore he should lose the belt, right? That's my personal opinion. That's just what I think. I think if you can't defend it over a reasonable amount of time, and I'm saying like, man, if you can't defend it in 6 months, you should get stripped. That's what I think. And they should strip you toot sweet. If you're going to do another title fight, don't do an interim. The interims are annoying. They've always been annoying. So the argument for Alex Pereira to become the greatest of all time, he's going to have to win the belt, which I think he's going to. I think he's going to, if you look at Ankalaev, the fight he had, Pereira just pieced him up. It's probably going to go the same way because Cyril Gane just runs. He runs back and forth. He kind of like, he fights more of like what seems to be like a bouncy counter fight striker or counter puncher. So I don't think Cyril can handle the insane pressure that's going to be put on by Alex Pereira. I just don't think he will, right? I just don't think it would happen. But if we want to start at the bottom of the card, we got Garcia versus Lopez. Going to be an absolute banger. I mean, Lopez is a super fan favorite. He's fought Volkanovski twice, 2 barn burners, came up short both times, arguably against the greatest of all time. So, I mean, Lopez could be reckless. I think Garcia is a big-time sleeper. In my opinion, big time sleeper fight there. Big time. But, I mean, the fights, obviously the most exciting fights are the top 2 of the card. But Sean O'Malley versus Zahabi, Ayman Zahabi, however you say his first name, that is going to be crazy. The odds on that one are pretty wild, right? Look at the underdog odds on that. You've got 78% to 21% for O'Malley to win. I mean, just who the hell, like, the crazy thing is, it feels like O'Malley doesn't really have any well-known training partners besides his coach is obviously awesome, and he trains, like, very well, but I don't know. But these days also, TriStar in Montreal, I don't know if they've got insane names at their camp either, but he's got Faraz Zahabi's his brother. He's got GSP there training. He's got obviously a bunch of young buck Canadian killers, which are crazy. So that's an interesting fight. And Zahabi's been going around saying he's not going to take him down. He's going to make it a stand-up fight. No chance in the world. That's going to be, all that fight's going to be is O'Malley trying to avoid leg kicks, trying to avoid calf kicks, trying to avoid the takedown, and then grappling to get back to his feet if he gets taken down, right? What's up, annual legacy event? Crazy Canucks, baby. That's right. So I think he's got a fight on his hands that is bigger than what he realizes. That's my personal opinion. I just think Zahabi's got a lot of tools, and I think he's got a good camp and a great coach, but O'Malley's got a good camp and a great coach too. But O'Malley's not very durable when it comes to getting injured in training. I don't think I don't know. I don't think O'Malley can do it. That's just my opinion. I don't think O'Malley's going to be able to do it. What do you think? You let me know. So, Bo Nickel versus Dawkins, that's an interesting one. We talked about that the other day. Bo Nickel has been given every chance so far to shine, and I still don't think that his striking is up to snuff yet. But again, I don't think he should use his striking. I think if Bo Nickel was smart, like I was saying the other day, if Bo Nickel was smart, he'd go out, he'd put on an absolute wrestling clinic. He'd just maul Dawkins as much as possible, takedowns, ground and pound, maul. Let Dawkins keep getting up, and then either rear naked choke him or just TKO him when Dawkins turns over and Bo Nickel gets back mount and just pound him out, the right way. That's how I see that going. But also, the crazy thing is, Dawkins is an insane veteran. He's got a lot of skills. He's a dog. He's got the dog in him. He's got the dog in him. And you know what happens when you get that dog in you, bro? It's hard to beat a guy who's got the dog in him. You know what I mean? It's hard to beat a guy who's got the dog in him. Dawkins got the dog in him. That's the thing. So, again, I got to pick Dawkins. So I'm going Garcia. I'm going Dawkins. I'm going Zahabi. And then we got Hokit versus, what else we got on the card there? Oh, yeah, we got Chandler Roofy, and Hokit versus Derek Lewis. So let's talk about Derek Lewis and Hokit first. Thing about Derek Lewis is, Derek Lewis touches you, you get smoked. Derek Lewis touches you, you're 6 feet under, right? That's the deal. But Hokit is a very good wrestler, and he's one of these MMA fighters who've come into the UFC with an insane athletic pedigree. And when you see guys like that, for example, John Jones, when you get these guys in there who've got a wrestling background and have insane athletic pedigree, Hokit with college football, wrestling, he wrestled Bo Nickel, you're getting into a situation where these guys can do a lot of different things. So Hokit's got athletic ability that I think will give Derek Lewis a really hard time. Derek Lewis got that one black beast bomb to the chops, right? But a lot of people don't know Derek Lewis is a wild athlete too, man. Derek Lewis is an athlete. You can't go sleeping on Derek Lewis at all, period. Because Derek Lewis is an athlete. Although he's a chunky monkey, he's a friggin' athlete, bro. He's got the bro can do a friggin' spinning high kick, right? And he's fat. So it's gonna be, that's another great fight. Like, what a matchup, and what a platform for Hokit to get. What a platform for Hokit to get his name elevated against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is a casual fan's friggin' wet dream. People love Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis has had so many insane knockouts. He's beat people that people thought he couldn't beat, and he's friggin' put people to sleep nonstop. So, dangerous fight for Hokit. But if you go back and watch the Hokit Curtis Blades fight, man, what a fight that was. And Curtis Blades is no joke, and Hokit just smoked that fool. You know what I mean? So Hokit got the dog in him. Hokit's got the dog in him too. This is the thing. There's a lot of people that got the dog in them in this card. A lot of people. What's up, Machines One? Annual Legacy. What's happening, fellas? So that's a super crazy fight too, man. Super crazy fight. And then we've got Roofy versus Chandler. Roofy versus Chandler is interesting as hell because Roofy is like a technical mastermind. Their team down there is doing wild stuff with the fighting nerds, and Roofy is just an absolute monster. Can knock you out, can piece you up, can counter strike you, can hit you with all those like traditional martial arts spinning kicks, spinning back fists. He's got great Muay Thai. He's Brazilian, so obviously he grew up friggin' popped out of the womb with a friggin' gi on, you know? Roofy popped out of his mother's womb with a stinky old gi already on. You know what I mean? Roofy popped out with a stinkier gi than a friggin' 55-year-old American Jiu-Jitsu fighter who's been doing it since 18. That's how good Roofy's Jiu-Jitsu is from birth. So, Roofy versus Chandler. Chandler doesn't have a chance, in my opinion. Chandler, what's the odds on Chandler? Can we see it there? We can't see it on the card. Chandler doesn't have a chance. Chandler's got big hooks and he's got takedown double leg pressure. That's it. That's all he's got. So we seen when he fought Oliveira, we seen what happened. I don't know, man. I don't think he does jiu-jitsu at all. I just think he relies on his wrestling, forward pressure, double leg, and massive hooks. He's a pressure fighter. But Chandler, in this stage of his career, has decided, he'd rather go out on his shield, get knocked out, smoked, than have a boring fight. So that's why Chandler's a fan favorite and a superstar in my mind. And I'm rotted that Conor screwed him over. Not Conor, sort of UFC screwed him over and didn't give him that Conor payday. But they paid him behind the scenes for sure. All right, then we go to the Cyril Gane, however you want to say his name, and Alex Pereira fight. Pereira's got the chance to become the triple champ. Pereira's got the chance to go out here and make history and become the first ever 3-belt title holder in the UFC. Even though it's an interim, it's going to have a little asterisk by it. But I don't think that Cyril... I picked Gane the other day, but I changed my mind. I think Pereira is going to go out there. I think he's going to do the classic walk him down. Dodge those bullets, dodge that jab. Probably got to dodge the eye pokes because Cyril Gane's super move is poking people's eyes out. So he's going to have to dodge those eye pokes. Every time he punches, he's going to have to close his eyes. And I think he's going to put him up against the cage. And I think he's just going to light him up. And he's going to knock him out in the first round, probably. Second round, I'd say. So I'm going Pereira, second round, KO, big time. And then for our last fight here, we got Gaethje versus Pereira. Pereira's got everything to lose. Gaethje's got really nothing to lose except for the belt. But to be honest, this is probably Gaethje's retirement fight. I would guess this is Gaethje's retirement fight because where could he ever fight on a bigger stage? The only fight that he shouldn't retire if he tried to get would be like a Conor fight so we could get paid. Conor Gaethje would be bonkers and the press conference would be nuclear because nobody can seem to get under Gaethje's skin at all. Nobody can seem to rattle Gaethje, get him going. Nobody can do it. So, but I bet you if Conor and Gaethje had a fight later on, Conor could get under his skin. They would make the press conference and the build-up exciting. But anyway, Topuria's wrestling's too good, jiu-jitsu's too good, boxing's too good. Kicking wise, we don't see like an insane level of kicking from Topuria, but I do believe that he's going to light him up and he's going to knock Gaethje out cold. That's what I think. But Gaethje says he's got a game plan. They say they've been preparing for him, so that's going to be an interesting fight. So I kind of modified my picks the other day. This is the final picks now. We've got, I'm doing Garcia over Lopez. I'm doing Dawkins over Nickel. I'm doing Roofy over Chandler. I'm doing Hokett over Lewis. I'm doing Pereira over Gane. I switched that. And I'm doing Topuria over Gaethje. That's the picks for today. So anyways, you guys tune in later, man. After lunch, we're going to be doing the Friday fight show with Dirty Dollar Dave and Matty Ice and myself, the Dynamite Kid. So the three of us will be breaking it all down for you, having a good laugh for about an hour or so. That'll probably be around 3 o'clock today. So tune in for that. It should be a good laugh. And man, can't wait for the card the weekend. Say what you want, man. God bless Donald Trump for putting this card on at the White House and making one of the coolest events of all time. God bless America.